Amazing. We are back and it's time for us to now have a look at the newspapers. This is Hope at Dawn and my name is Beatrice Nude. We are on Beyond the Melody edition this Friday. And of course, just having a look at the top page here. Of course, we are still on the aftermath after Raila Odinga's death last week, and Ruto after Raila is the headline on the Standard newspaper this morning, and it goes ahead to say that Raila Odinga's death has ignited a fierce political battle, with President William Ruto moving swiftly to capture the late opposition leader's vast support base ahead of 2027. Sources say the president is plotting a grand realignment from merging ODM with UDA to purging dissenters and there. And I think, of course, it's an interesting season because even as we are gearing up towards the 2027 elections, it can only, be said of many that, now it's time to take advantage of the situation to ensure that UDA is garnering as much votes in those ODM areas. But of course, we are seeing that there is a lot of riots, there's a lot of issues that have arose from that. And of course, now Ruto is being seen as the enemy, seeing that Raila, after Raila's death, it's looking like now he's trying to take over the regions and even kill the ODM party. So we continue to see what is going to happen, and of course we will be keeping you up to date. And the Standard is also reporting Kisumu embraces drone technology to boost resilience against disasters and also climate risks, which is a very good thing because now they can be able to see those areas that need immediate help. And I also see veteran broadcaster and state MC Sammy Louis is dead. So this is a sad story being reported here that is on the Standard newspaper this morning. And I also see Namibia's Women in Power, a new dawn of leadership. So that is a new dawn for Namibia, and I think the prayer is one that we too are going to have a new dawn in our own leadership as well. And I also see the Standard newspaper covering your guide to understanding and managing burnout. This is something that many people need. We all need this. How can we ensure that we are managing burnout? I think one of the key strategies that not so long ago Reverend Matthew Kelly was telling us was about taking into consideration the resting and also quiet time, the Sabbath, all these little practices that ensure that you're drawing strength from God and not from within yourself. Moving on, I see anti-graft agency recovers 30 million shillings grabbed public land in Mombasa. This is a story covered on the Standard. And also, lastly, cybercrime law not out to muzzle dissent bill, a victim of falsehoods, says Dagoretti MP Carrier. So, of course, this is with regards to the laws that was signed on the day that the Honorable Raila Odinga died. So still there's a breakdown of that and what it actually means. And moving on to the Daily Nation this morning, it's covering another cabinet reshuffle looms. So it looks like there are some political changes that will be ongoing even as we look at the aftermath of Raila's death. I see power games here, technical teams appointed by President Ruto and KANU Chairman Gideon Moi are working on the finer details of an agreement for members of the Independence Party to secure state appointments, including cabinet positions. The death of ODM leader Raila Odinga is also likely to influence the changes, a story covered on pages 4 and also 5. More stories here is Raila's son installed as head of the family. So Raila Jr. undergoes a traditional ritual during his installation as the head of the family 4 days after the burial of his father. So the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga at their Opoda farm in home, Bondo, Siaya County, that is yesterday. And we see Raila Jr. there dressed in some traditional outfit. So now he's set to take over being the son of Raila Odinga as the head of the family. Junior school teachers fight for autonomy goes to court. I see the teachers have asked the court to stop implementation of the comprehensive schools policy, which places pre-primary, primary and junior secondary schools under one head teacher. They argue the law violates the law. So that is what is being reported. The rule violates the law. That is what is being reported on the Daily Nation with regards to education. The national news here, I see pressure mounting for the release of 2 Kenyans still missing in Uganda. Story we did cover yesterday. This is Bob Jagi and also Nicholas Oyo, who are reported to be lost. And of course, yesterday, the Ugandan government clearly stated that, we do not know, we have not seen anything. They've done research, but still they are nowhere to be found. And the story here says the families of Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo are pleading with the governments of Kenya and Uganda to help them find the 2 activists who were abducted in Kampala 3 weeks ago. A Ugandan court has dismissed a petition on the duo. A story covered on page 2 of the Daily Nation. And I also see Nelson Amenya adding here also a story that has been covered. Cybercrime law is oppressive, does not serve public interest. So these are the 8 laws that the president assented to that, we didn't really get much information about. I also see Kibaki era MC and veteran broadcaster Sami Liwi dies in Subukia. More on the same, also reported on the Daily Nation. And now let us just have a look briefly at what is being reported on the Business Daily this morning. And I see Kenya in talks to pay Adani over cancelled electricity deal. So we saw Adani, made the headlines for a long time where people were feeling that, we were sidelined. We don't know what is happening with Adani. There are so many controversies. But now we see more information on that. Treasury seeks mutual separation instead of termination. Talks aimed at lowering exit compensation to Indian farm. A story being reported here on the Business Daily, and you can have a look at it. More stories. Companies to hire more workers for the festive season. Isn't that good news? But what happens after the festive season is over? So it's important to also ask yourself that question. Kenyan firms planned to increase the number of full-time employees in the final quarter of the year to support heightened activity anticipated during the festive period, a new Central Bank of Kenya survey shows. So that is what is being reported on the Business Daily. The perfect time now for us to have a look at the video of the day. When we come back, we'll talk about it and see what we can learn from it.